let's just revise. We have done the musculoskeletal system, and then we revise. We learn that there are two type of skeletal system. One is the axial, other is the pendicular. Axial is just like our central nervous system. It covers the central nervous system, which is our brain, the skull, which is the spinal cord. Spinal cord is covered by the vertebral column, and with the spinal cord there are ribs attached. Done. So there are three basic things. Okay. When we talk about the appendicular one are the side ones, let's say. So let's discuss. We have arms and legs on the sides. Okay, these are called as limbs. Let me change the color to just differentiate. Okay, so we have arms and legs. Okay, these are called as limbs. What do we call arms and legs? As limbs. Upper limb and lower limbs. Okay, because okay, it's in human that it's differentiated into hands and legs, but in most of the animals they are same. They are all four legs in cows and buffaloes and tiger and horses, right? So we say the front limbs and the back limbs. Okay, that's why they're named as limbs. Okay, then we have shoulders. Okay, these shoulders are known as pectoral girdle. I know it's a difficult name, but we need to revise it or recall it again and again. Pectoral girdle. Okay. When we talk about the pectoral girdle, if you hold your shoulder, you can feel different bones. The one bone is at the front of your chest, which is quite hard because we have to name it. The bone on in the front of your chest is hard. Collarbone. There is another one, the pelvic bone. Oh, sorry, the shoulder bone. Not the collarbone, below it, the pectoral bone. Okay. Wait, let me give you a diagram. Just wait. Okay, here. So I'm talking about this bone, this one, this one. Okay, this one is the pectoral girdle. Basically, that is holding your whole shoulder. Okay, okay. And the third one is the hip bone, which is known as pelvic girdle. Pelvic, pelvic girdle, pectoral girdle, pelvic girdle, and limbs. Pectoral girdle, pelvic girdle, and limbs. Okay, okay. Pectoral girdle is the chest one, your shoulder and chest. The shoulder girdle, it's written shoulder girdle, but the actual, like scientifically, we called it pectoral girdle. All right, okay. And then there is a hip bone that connects to our lower limbs. It's pelvic girdle. And then we have limbs, the upper limbs and the lower limbs. The upper limbs are connected to shoulder girdle, and the lower limbs are connected to pelvic girdle. The upper limbs are connected to, good, and the lower limbs are connected to, good, done. Okay, now let's talk about, okay, this is the like general thing. If you want to go in detail, I can explain like the whole thing. Let's say we have a skull, we have thoracic cage, and then there is a vertebral column. These three are the axial one. Then we have the shoulder girdle, the upper limbs, the lower limbs, and pelvic girdle. Okay, would you able to remember these? No. Okay, then what could be done? Okay, try to learn their scientific names as well, because biology is all about the scientific names of all the parts and the species. And yes, when you learn science, your whole English has to be changed. Now we don't have to use the English word, we have to use the scientific words, okay, in biology. Okay, try to learn, revise them, you learn. It's not that hard. It's like learning a new language. Just keep in mind you are learning a new language. Let's learn a new language now. The arms are called limbs, the shoulder is called pectoral, the hip region is called pelvic, the spinal cord is called as vertebral column, rib is now known as thoracic cage. Okay, let's learn like this. Okay, there are also, like, if you want to go in the detail of each one of these, every bone has a different name. But I would recommend let's stick to these one, the general things. Done? Okay, the next one. Now two bones are connected to each other, that we know. The two bones connect with each other. Okay. When two bones connect with each other, there is a, you can say, connecting point in between them. Or when two muscles are joined together, there is a connection point between them. Okay. Let me give you a diagram for this one. Okay, let's talk about muscles. We have different type of muscles. Okay, most of our like body muscles, these are the smooth muscles, while our heart muscles are known as cardiac muscles. Heart, the department of heart is known as cardiology, right? So the scientific name is cardiac muscles, and there are smooth muscles which make up most of our body. Okay. Okay, now muscles are also connected to bones for the movement. Okay, so bones are also connected to each other. Yes, let's learn now. Okay, when bones are connected, how bones are connected? They are connected with the help of joints. Is it so? Okay, how are muscle joined? By the tendons. Good, that you know. So the connecting point, or so the connecting medium for bones is the ligament. Okay, yeah, ligament. So if somebody faces like a problem or injury, most of the time it's related to ligaments that causes that basically restrict the movement of their joints. Is this okay? Tendons and ligaments. Okay, okay. After tendons and ligaments, okay, there is another bone that is present in between. It's not a bone, but it's a connective tissue. Okay, have you ever heard of the name cartilage? Where is cartilage present in your body? Give me an easier part. The ear? Ear? No. It's present in ear, the outer ear. It has cartilage. It's a soft bone. Yeah, it's a soft bone of the ear. Ear has a softer bone. Okay, wait. So cartilage. It's a cartilage. Okay, it's a cartilage. If you just touch your ear, there you can feel the movement of something, like some. So it's not a bone, it's a connective tissue basically. So it's cartilage. Okay, cartilage is also present in between the joints. For example, if you talk about knees, it's present between like the joints. Now, what is the purpose of cartilage? It absorbs the shocks. So, why I'm saying knees? Because when you jump and come back to your position, your knees face some kind of shock. This shock is basically absorbed by the cartilage. Okay, it's a soft bone. It acts as a cushion. Let's say it's a cushioning material. Okay, okay. Uh, Sorry. Let me give you the diagram for the other muscles as well. Just give me a minute. Because without diagrams, we won't be able to understand that what is happening. Let's talk about the different type of muscles that I was discussing. Copy and then let's paste here. Let me paste this diagram here and this diagram here. I will share these notes. Okay. We have talked about heart muscle, the cardiac muscles, smooth muscles, and the third one are the skeletal muscles. Okay. There is a difference in their shape. Okay. The C1 are the cardiac muscles. These are the cardiac muscles. Cardiac. Where are cardiac muscles present? I've told you just now what is meant by cardiac. Heart. Good. So these are heart muscles. Okay. These one are the skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles. These are basically connected to our skeleton or basically present in our limbs like the shoulders, the legs, and they help in the movement. They are connected to the skeletal system, let's say. Okay? While all the organs like stomach, liver, lungs, these are made up of smooth muscles. Okay, they make up the organs. Shall I repeat? Let me give you a like a different diagram for more understanding. Yeah, organs are muscles. Okay, so let me paste here one more diagram. Messed up. Okay, let me put another diagram here. Smooth, yeah, smooth muscles make organs. Cardiac muscles make heart. They're difference in the shape. Okay, I've shared a diagram. Can you look at the shapes? Okay, so the shapes are different. They're different striations. Striation means the strips are different. That's why they are named differently. Okay? Okay, good. I don't know what's happening. I just want to erase this and put a clear one image for you so that whenever you open your notes, you get a better understanding of things. I guess this diagram is more clear, right? Okay. Okay, so let's move to the next thing. Okay, how does the movement take place? Now we have learned the musculoskeletal system. The main function is the movement. The main function of this system is the movement of body. How is the movement? Now, how do they move? Okay, move your arm. Can you tell me the changes? What changes are happening in your body? Yeah, the muscles are contracting and relaxing. Okay. So your muscles are contracting and relaxing. Let's say contraction and relaxation. Okay, if you look at the skeletal muscles, There you can feel there are certain fibers, like there are striation, the fiber. There are fibers present. Okay. These fibers, no, blue are the nucleus one. Okay. The other one, the lines. Yeah, the stripes. Okay. So these stripes basically contract and relax to uh, produce a movement. So these are called as the myosin muscles, myosin fiber. This is the most important one. And the other one is, okay, let me give you, wait, I'll give you a diagram for better understanding. Myosin and sarcomere. Sarcomere. Though this complete, like the whole process is in not a part of your syllabus, but let's learn it, that how do they move. Okay, this is the diagram. This is a sarcomere. This is a part of muscle. Okay. Yeah, this one. Let's say it's a muscle. It's a chemical, like chemical formula of muscle. Okay. And it is known as sarcomere. I know these terms are new for you and really difficult to understand, but we will revise it daily, like after every lesson weekly, so that you'll be able to learn. Okay, this is a part of muscle. Now it has two type of stripes. Let's say the darker one and the lighter one. You can see there are dark stripes and then light stripes, right? Okay, let's say there are two. The darker one are actin and the lighter one are myosin. All right. So basically, when these contract and relax, they contract the muscle or relax the muscle. Myosin, basically myosin does the movement. Myosin and actin. There are two type of proteins. Muscles are made up of proteins, right? Okay. So muscles are made up of protein. They uh, are two different proteins, the actin and myosin. There is contraction and relaxation which moves the muscle. And this whole thing is called as sarcomere. Okay. Basically, these proteins contract or relax. That causes their movement. Okay. So there is a whole process. There is a whole process for this that we are not going to learn now in this lesson. It's not part of your syllabus, so we are not going to discuss it. If you want to know, I can just tell you a bit of this. Basically, it happens with the help of ATP. ATP is the energy unit. We learned that mitochondria produces energy, right? So, okay. So mitochondria produces energy in the form of ATP. It's a molecule. These molecules help these actin and myosin to bend or relax. Okay. Then there are calcium ions which help in the movement. That's why we say that calcium are important for like the muscle or the bones. They help in the movement as well. Okay, it's a complex process, but let's stick to the simple one. There is actin protein, there is myosin protein. There would be like change in the shape of these proteins, and there would be contraction and relaxation of muscles. Okay, and this whole thing is called as sarcomere. This whole thing, which is made up of myosin and actin. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Let's not go into the detail. Okay. Um, Now we have discussed the movement. Now there are some muscles which are voluntary and there are some muscles which are involuntary. Is cardiac muscle voluntary or involuntary? Okay. Voluntary mean, let's write it. When we talk about movement, let's talk the voluntary movement and the involuntary movement. Voluntary mean that is under the will of the organism. If you want to move it, you can. If you don't want to move it, it won't move. Like if you are moving your hand, it's your choice. If you don't, if you want to sit idly, you can sit idly. There's no need to move. Okay? This is under your control, whether you want to go outside the room or not. Right? But what about the heart? Is it under your control? Can you control the beating of your heart? No. So it would be involuntary. Okay? The heart movement is involuntary. Okay, what about smooth muscles? Exactly. Your stomach is doing digestion without your will. You cannot control the digestion. It has to move. It would produce acid even if you are not eating. So it's involuntary action. So both smooth muscles, let's write. Smooth muscles and cardiac muscles are involuntary, while the skeletal muscles are skeletal